President 815 with a quick short version breakdown of the Springfield XDS pistol in 45 ACP. The previous longer video I'll put a link for right over here, and it'll last just a couple seconds and it could take you to it. It's about 38 minutes. It'll show you a cleaning of it and a little bit slower, but here's the quick version. First thing, you got to make sure the pistol's safe, so remove the magazine. I like to go ahead and set it off to the side. I'll do another video sometime about cleaning the magazine because that's not a very common thing to have to worry about. We're going to need to make sure it's safe, so we're going to go ahead and lock the slide back. Inspect that there's in fact nothing in the magazine well, and the chamber is in fact empty. Visually and physically inspect it. Once that's done, with the trigger forward, I'm going to go ahead and lock it back. I like to let it go forward again, but you won't have to. Rotate the slide up. There you go, forward, safe direction. We know the weapon's unloaded, which is good because we have to pull the trigger to release the slide. For basic cleaning, you've got the frame done. You can just wipe up there with a Q-tip, making sure not to leave any Q-tip cotton behind. Take down this part, the slide here. You just remove the spring with a little bit of pressure to the slide. Fat part of the spring forward, set it off the side. I just take a paper towel and wipe the outside. You don't want to oil or grease that up. And then the barrel slides right out like a standard removable pistol, much like a Glock. And there it is, nice and greasy. And what you do is you'd wipe that down with some Hops 9, wipe it down with some, I like to use grease because this is more of a carry size pistol and the grease doesn't drip everywhere. And you know, clean it out, bore snake to get the nasty dry stuff out, or just brush it out. And then after you brush it, go ahead and use your solvent, your Hops 9, and then your, I like to use a patch of like rim oil, run it through, and then run it through dry to make sure it's dry in there, but there's a coat of oil. And in here again, you can Q-tip around there, making sure not to leave any cotton behind. You're going to need a nice nylon brush to scrub right over here. And that's about the only place you really need to scrub really, really hard, because the rest of it you can kind of wipe out. And then use a little Hops 9, wipe that off, and then nice little oil and wipe it all dry, because you don't want to leave oil in there. Right along the rails, where the rails will run on the slide, you'll put just a little dab of grease in the front here, because as you load it in, it'll smear it on forward. Alright? Because when you slide it on, you know, push it across. You don't want to load it everywhere, it'll be a big old mess. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. I'm looking at the review. You put the grease here, because you need to load it up. No, I was right. Okay, never mind, you put the grease here. Anyway, let's put spring back in, fat part forward, compress it, make sure it hits that notch. What it should look like is that, right on the notch. Misspeaking all over. This quick video won't be too quick if I keep stuttering. Slide it back on, lock the slide back, rotate the lever forward, and there you go. You need to pull the trigger to get it off the spring being under tension, but you can leave it that way. Actually, it doesn't wear the spring down. Where it springs down is being compressed and opened. So leave a magazine full, you leave the spring under tension in a pistol. That under tension doesn't wear it down. It's the under tension and expanding. It's 1, 2 that wear it down, but that's another issue. So there it is, a quick breakdown. Real quick, if I were to show you again, make sure the pistol's safe. I look in the rear, I look in the top, see it is empty. I go ahead and rotate this lever upwards, let it fall forward, safe direction, pull the trigger, slide off the top, take out the magazine spring, take out the barrel, wipe it out, reassemble, opposite of the reverse the opposite, making sure you hit that little ledge. You really want to make sure it's in that little ledge right there. You can see that. Go ahead and slide it back in. If for some reason your lever had flipped down, just go ahead and flip that back up before you put it on. Sliding it right on there, locking the slide back, rotating the lever forward. Then it go forward. Even though I know it's empty, I like to double check. Oh, yep, there's nothing in there. Safe direction, point it, there you go. Hope that helps. Have a great day.